What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. Your returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Got some news out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out New Orleans, where they ride every day of the week. You understand? And this story right here, man, is just one for the books. There are a lot of stupid males out here. A lot of them are young. Not all, but a lot of them are young. I don't know if it's absence of fathers or just being able to handle, oneself on a regular social level. But this right here is hard to stomach. See this young lady up here? This young lady, 16 years old. She lived in the Algiers neighborhood. Shout out Algiers. And this young lady's dead because she was ambushed coming out of her house yesterday morning on her way to school by a 20-year-old man, 20 years old, that walked up to her, gunned her down fatally, and then took himself out of here as well. Here's the story.
Tonight, police are investigating what led to a double homicide in Algiers that left a 17-year-old girl and a 20-year-old man dead.
It happened early this morning in the Berman neighborhood. Alyssa Curtis has spent the day talking to witnesses who described a shocking scene, a horrific scene, Alyssa.
Yeah, absolutely horrific. Neighbors here on Copernicus Street were getting their kids ready for school early this morning when they say they witnessed that tragic scene. They say that the 20-year-old man was in the neighborhood, then shot the girl several times before turning the gun on himself.
I was tying my son's shoes. He was standing up outside the car. I'm tying his shoes, and I heard gunshots very close.
I just heard somebody screaming like for their life.
That desperate screaming ending in tragedy Wednesday morning.
The scene was just, you wouldn't want to see it.
A 16-year-old girl and a 20-year-old man are dead in what NOPD is classifying as a homicide. The girl pronounced dead at the scene. The man later died at the hospital. But neighbors,
I tried to convince him not to shoot her, but he still did.
Saying they witnessed a murder-suicide. One neighbor who didn't want to be identified said she witnessed the entire thing, starting just before 7 Wednesday morning when she was getting her kids ready for school.
He been out here since 6:50.
She tells me the man was lurking in the neighborhood, far enough from the girl's house not to be noticed, but close enough to keep watch.
He just been out here walking back and forth, like for maybe 40, 50 minutes before she even got to go outside.
Another neighbor, Bijan Williams, says her Ring camera caught the same thing.
He looked anxious. He was pacing, and he was constantly looking over there, looking at his phone, looking up over there, going back and forth. He didn't walk all the way over there. He was going like something was on his mind.
It appears what he was waiting for, the girl to walk out of her house. One witness says she tried to plead for the girl's life, hoping to avert the tragedy unfolding in front of her eyes.
As soon as she came outside, he took his backpack off, unzipped it, and started shooting her. He didn't say nothing. She just kept screaming, "Please don't do it, don't do it." And I'm like, "Please don't shoot her." And he still shot her.
The plea falling on deaf ears, and now heavy hearts.
She had more life to her than this. She don't deserve to die.
We've learned that the 16-year-old girl was a junior at Walter L. Cohen High School. In a statement, Collegiate Academy says that she was an honor roll student with a bright future ahead of her. Walter L. Cohen canceled school abruptly this morning, and they say they have counselors and resources for their community available.
We hate to hear stories like this, Alyssa. Do we know if or how these two victims are linked?
Charisse, the relationship between the two of them is unclear as of right now. NOPD says, though, they are working to figure out what led up to what they call this, quote, tragic outcome. And of course, they're going to continue to hopefully get more information on this and look into it and bring you guys the latest updates.
All right, Alyssa, thank you.
A high school student gunned down in a murder-suicide this morning as she was on her way to school. WDSU reporter Shay O'Connor live on Joanne Place in Algiers. Shay, you spoke with crime analysts who say this is part of a disturbing trend.
That's absolutely correct, Gina. And, just speaking with residents in this area, they tell me that they were just following their normal morning routine when in an instant they witnessed the unthinkable, a parent's worst nightmare.
So I was getting ready to leave to bring my kids to school. And in the midst of us about to go, I heard shots.
Panic across Joanne Place in Algiers Wednesday morning.
I was wondering, what? I'm like, y'all hurry up and get in the car. Who's shooting this early? Before we could even pull off, I hear a woman yell, screaming loud.
Bijan, who didn't want to share her last name, wasn't prepared for what she saw after getting out of her car.
So I walked closer and closer. Why I did that, I don't know. But I seen them laying there, and I seen her laying there. And it was, I don't think anybody would want to see that.
He been out here since 6:50, probably before that. But that's the time I saw him, at 6:50.
According to sources, 16-year-old Lizelle Palma was shot dead in her uniform. Witnesses say a man paced outside before Palma came out. She was walking to the bus when he opened fire, then turned the gun on himself.
And I tried to stop him as well, but he had a plan. He did what he wanted to do. It was tragic. And I hate that we had to witness that.
NOPD says the 16-year-old died on scene. The 20-year-old unidentified man died at the hospital.
We are looking into the incident and trying to determine exactly what happened this morning. We are encouraging citizens to contact Crime Stoppers.
According to Metropolitan Crime Commission, this is the 5th murder-suicide since late September, most of which domestic related.
Y'all need to check y'all kids' phones at all times because you never know what's going on with them.
The New Orleans Family Justice Center reporting more high school victims have been needing their help.
Dating relationships, but the relationships are not healthy.
A tragedy witnesses say they won't be able to erase from their memories.
And he took her life. That's crazy. She deserved to live her life, and now she's gone.
And I mean, something else that's concerning, a lot of neighbors in this area tell me that the same man had an altercation with the girl just yesterday. Now, we're told that Lizelle actually attended Walter L. Cohen High School. We're told that the school actually shut down for the entire day following this tragic shooting. I'll have much more at 6 p.m. Reporting live, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.
Ain't that something? I'm going to tell you something. It seems like every generation is like devolving. It's like now it's a bunch of rabid beasts walking around. And none of them are men, but they want that accolade. This guy's 20 years old. Now, in one report, they said she was 16. Other reports said she was 17. Still don't make it no difference to me. When I was 20 years old, if you had teen at the end of your age, other than 19, if I was 20, I wouldn't even look at you. And then if you was 19, it'd be a glance. It wouldn't be a hard stare unless you was out of school. 20 years old, I know damn well he not in school. He run around with a backpack on, got a gun in it. Hers got books in it. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, well, 16, 17, that's not too much of an age difference. Yeah, but in the mind and experience in life, those are light years in between. This guy, say his dumbass did graduate at 18 years old. He been out in the street and in the real world for 2 years, while she was 14 years old and still living under the rules of her parents in the house. They said this guy walked back and forth for like an hour. Nobody called the cops. He looking anxious and all this stuff. He on the phone. Probably was trying to contact her. She ain't want to hear nothing. Either way, she come out the house. He walk up on her. People out there and everything, because he already know he about to explode and take him and her out. How more terroristic is that? Told you it's walking terrorists in this country. This guy's an idiot. 20 years old. What constitutes you killing a girl 16, 17 in high school? So was she in 10th grade? Seriously. 11th grade? The hell, what business you have with her anyway? I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's a lot of traits that define a dumbass man. You know what I'm saying? And it's different types of manhood. He was in the infancy of manhood. You know what I'm saying? But one thing's for sure, stuff dads teach, a lot of people are lacking. Stuff like this, you see these dudes, even people my age that be doing domestic violence and all this type of stuff, type of dudes, crazy. You'll see ego issues. They have ego issues, or they can't grow out of their own egos. What's the other thing I wrote down here? Childlike emotions, gotta have that. A lot of times they loud, crazy with the hands, and almost like a man tantrum. And it plays out all the way to the end till somebody's dead. Blame game. Look what you made me do. Do all this gangster shit, but then take themselves out of here. That's more cowardly than the act itself. At her age, what constituted you killing her? She's in high school. She got her own life and her own activities. How did y'all even cross paths? Do the family even know who this guy is? Where did they meet? Shit is crazy, man. It is. You 20 years old, she's 16. Any responsible adult can ask you a question that make you look stupid, no matter which way you answer it. This is the question. What's your age? I'm 20 years old. You a grown-ass man? Yeah. What's her age? 16, 17. Is that a grown-ass woman? No. Then what the fuck you around her for or bothering her? Don't know what this is about. It could have been some street shit. Either way, man, this is stupid. This is stupid, man. My allergies killing me. You gotta excuse me. But I mean, no justice can be served. Even though the dude turned the gun on himself, he could have did that to avoid all this other shit if he was that heartbroken or disappointed. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care.